I told her I'm in prison here in Russia because of propaganda LGBT. My mom was crying. She asked me immediately, what about your study? How are you gonna get your diploma? So I was kind of like, I'm in prison. You should worry about my safety first. I was literally dying at that moment. I don't know what to do. My name is Hao Yang.
My name is Gela.
I'm Chinese, he is Russian. I decided to go to Russia studying. We met Gela like Tinder, you know, an app. He was at the Moscow. I was in Kazan. And 2021, I decided to celebrate my New Year at Moscow. And I just called him to go out with me. We met there and we just fell in love very soon. Like after 1 week, we already declared that, okay, we are in relationship. Later, we started to make TikTok videos. He has one, I have one. 500,000 followers we got on each account. It's like together 1 million. Most of the people, like Russian people, knew us, and we were in a great danger because most of them are homophobics. And the government started to arrest us. We were so frightened then. And one day I was in Kazan, walk around, and then 2 policemen came to me and they said, check your papier, how do you say that? Yeah, documents to make sure I'm here in Russia legally. I couldn't give them because I put all my documents at home because they are kind of important. I can't just lose them. I called Gela, he came with all our documents. He didn't even check, he just cheated us. Just tried to arrest us together. They just put us in their police, like their car. We called our lawyer, but he couldn't help us because the Russian police were so strict and they were very aggressive. They let Gela go because for Russian citizens, they can't just close him at the department for more than 5 hours. So he could go out after 5 hours. They didn't give me food and water. I had to sleep on the floor and it was very cold. I was literally crying at the department. I didn't know what to do. We were frightened as fuck because I know I will get deported. Because I'm not Russian. It's also my first time like being arrested by police. I didn't know what to do. I was totally like, my head blew away. I spent one night, like 1 day in that department. After this, I went to the judge. I got sentenced. I have just ruined some laws in Russia, like propaganda LGBT. I had to go to the real prison after this judgment. The reason was propaganda LGBT. That's the only reason. Russia is totally homophobic country and the people, so they can just sue me because of this law. I was just scared. I didn't know what to do. I was literally dying at that moment. Yeah, after that I went to prison, a real prison for foreigners. It's like 4 square meters and roommates, like other prisoners. The condition is very bad there in prison. I just couldn't eat their food. It was disgusting. The food was dirty. I just didn't want to even touch them. As for the roommates, they are also dirty. They just smell so awful. So the condition is totally like the worst. I didn't know how long would I stay there, so I was kind of worried about that. Like, would I spend like 10 years here in this prison? Chinese policemen, they came to my parents, like they said, your son, he's in Russia, he got arrested. My mom was crying. She was worried also about me, but not about me, more about my study. I was kind of frustrated after hearing this because when I told her I'm in prison here in Russia because of propaganda LGBT, she asked me immediately, not are you okay, are you safe, but asked, what about your study? How are you gonna get your diploma? So I was kind of like, I'm in prison. You should worry about my safety first, not Russian diploma. Gela has posted a lot of like post to announce that we were arrested by police, please save us, and also wrote to those Russian medias, organizations that help LGBT. They wrote a letter to them, the national organizations, and they tried to free me out of the prison. One day I finally freed. In total it's like around 1 month. In prison approximately 1 month. My boyfriend was in Turkey. He waited me there in Turkey because the Russian government were like searching him as well. He was also in a great danger. Fortunately, he finally escaped. I bought a ticket to Turkey and we met there. We were so happy, I can't find a word to describe our feelings. We hugged, we just cried out loud. After that, just life became calm. We moved to Georgia later after Turkey and found an apartment there to wait for the visa to Europe. Georgia is a former country in SSR. So Russia tried to force Georgia to give him out back to Russia. But finally, Georgia didn't do that. We were kind of glad. The French organization is called
Memorial France.
Memorial France, yeah. This organization helped us to get the French visa, like humanitarian visa. We got the visa and flew to France, that's all. We came here refugee status. We came here last year on September 1st. Extremely difficult because we didn't know even one word in French. Russia government is still seeking him, so he can never go back to Russia. He just feels helpless because all of his friends and family, they are all in Russia, but his life matters more. But his family, yeah, they just cut their relationship with him. After that, they know he's gay. They said, "You are not my son anymore. Bye." Sad, of course, sad. He cried a lot. Actually, we haven't yet find a job. My parents help me. They give me money every month. But you know, Paris is a very expensive city. So we can't do this anymore. We need to find a job as soon as possible. We're totally happy with that we don't have to hide anymore like in Russia, pretend to be straight. Yeah, that's kind of good for us. I just want to say you can do whatever you want actually. As long as you are in a safe country, that's a very first condition. If you want to hide, then hide. If you want to come out, then come out. That's all your choice. We can't just force you to do something.